Hello everyone, Happy New Year! Welcome to the first episode of the 2025. And today will be quite a brief. Oops, sorry, maybe I'm too away from the microphone. Okay, this is better. So today we are going to look at what we did in 2024, a brief summary, and the plan for the first half of this year. So where we can see any news, any new entry in the kind of topics that we want to address. And the other thing that I would like to do is also to highlight what are the targets for this year in terms of subscribers, or not only subscribers but also initiatives for increasing the amount of content, different kind of content that I can provide, trying to not overload too much. um, okay, I think the only good point to start with is, okay, let me try to see if I remember how to work with this kind of stuff. So we can move here, and then hopefully I'm moving the screen share so you can start seeing. Well, what I can say that we are more way beyond my initial expectation when last summer I restarted working on the channel. And so for that I gotta thank all the people that are following. And you see here, maybe it's too small, let's increase the size. 158 subscribers, thank you guys. And well, I want to push forward and to see what are really the topics that we touched and how these kind of topics will evolve. So let me summarize briefly what is the idea behind the topic. Sorry if you are already familiar with that, but I think it's good to recap. So on one hand, we have the more stuff related to the cloud technology, right? So in here you have cloud. How did I write cloud? Cloud. And cloud technology. So on this end you have we did, for instance, videos on Docker. Oh, come on Docker, on any kind of platform tools. Come on, I cannot type. Okay, we are not starting very well this 2025. Docker platform for science and whatever. And in this regard, we got a lot of initial videos where we really set the stage for all the following initiatives. So how to use Docker, what is a Docker image, and maybe later on this year we are going to refresh this kind of contents, but it was really the initial step. So I cannot tell that recommend you to stick with this, so we should update and see what happens further. Then we moved a bit ahead, because from the cloud tech, so Docker platform and so on, we move to another flavor of cloud technology that are more related to ML. So in here you can see that we spawn an ML series, and in this ML series we have, for instance, we can use this, we had ML flow stuff. We got also Civo provider, SciGeeks.com if you're curious. And here we did a lot of experience that are not really just cloud tech, I would say. It touched a bit the boundary of the other main topic that we have, that are resource provider. Okay, so in this sense, the idea of the channel is, okay, we have cloud technology, we have on the other side resource provider, how these two can talk each other, but also how can I extend a Civo platform, a Civo node with GPU, how can I attach this to my existing Kubernetes cluster? And we did this with Interlink. And, we had a lot of other interesting application of this setup with Civo for different kind of playgrounds. Okay, so that's another part of the cloud tech that we touched. And then we missed just one other step that is more related to building platform for science. And in this regard, we add here the automation, okay? Automation. Oh, of course, I almost forgot. Here we have the AI also that played a role. We use GPT script for a couple of examples on how you can tackle, for instance, science analysis. Oops. Analysis. Okay. Let me roll back. Science analysis here with generative AI. While on this other side, I cannot type neither talk. Not too bad for a live stream, right? So on this other side, you have automation. Automation means CI/CD, and also reproducibility of your results in science. And for both of these, we adapted and we played a lot, especially in live session with Dagger. Okay, so Dagger was our first live experience. We had, first of all, a live about Dagger and how you can build workflows with Dagger. With that, surprise, surprise, this jacket that I also see on the post in the LinkedIn is the result of these interactions and this, let's say, place where I create with Dagger all possible stuff with science. We are not quite so far in that journey, so we will have more in 2025, but just bear with me for a little more. So Dagger Commander, achievement of this year. Thanks everyone there. It's really nice to have chat and work with all the guys there. So, and in fact, you can tell that I had a lot of live about Dagger, and mixed to the other part, the other core part of this channel that ends up in a different page that is a different circle. The circle here, of course, that we never forgot is that as a scientist, science application. So to me, the idea of this channel is all in this schema. So you start from technology, from merging cloud providers, but also here, if you do science, this box merged here in different kind of resources. So you have HTC batch resources, but also HPC at supercomputers, okay? Computers, okay, whatever. Yeah, so for the science application domain, that is this red box here, we started a different branch of the lies, and we will continue this with a guest talking about machine learning and how you apply stuff, but also from the startup perspective, how startups are enabling to attach different and heterogeneous set of resources to your platform. Last but not least, we had series of how to deploy your platforms. Your platforms, for instance, for a computing school, right? So these are the main branch of discussion. So, okay, HTTP, how you attach the resources, but also up in here, build platforms, okay? Now, I cannot put in here all the different synergies between all these topics, because I should run something that point in this way, because you need automation to build platforms. You also need build platforms that talks to supercomputers and to cloud resources, and vice versa. You also need, for instance, platforms to develop AI. And in this regard, the very last and the very first lies of this year will be about using AI to create application. And we had already some interaction with nice tools in this channel, that is Helix ML. Okay, this will be one of the topics that we will foresee. So two kind of achievement, and well, three kind of achievements in this year. The first one is 150 subscriber. I would never imagine that. The second one is Dagger Commando, and the third one is putting together all the topics that I had in mind. So all different domains, from cloud tech to resource provider and to science applications, all together with different shade. And yeah, I think as a good ambition for the 2025, I would like to keep these three color, white, green, and red, and bring it, follow up on them more coherently. Okay, so we will dedicate one series to the cloud technologies, one series to the resource provider, and one series to the science application. So now let's move to the topic of the title. So the topic is what we are going to see and what we are going to look at least in the first part of the 2025. So let's start with the tech part, okay? So the idea is to have a monthly highlight. So every month I will release a video on a technology that I think it will be useful for scientists, but also for people that are creating platform for science to look at. And I can already spoiler something. So the first videos that we are going to look at are talking about headlamp. And if you don't know what a lamp is, it's essentially a web UI, well, a UI for a Kubernetes cluster. You might add the need for having a UI when you work with Kubernetes. if you didn't work with Kubernetes and you are just starting, yeah, you might need to have something to touch and to look at. This is a really interesting project. We will see in a dedicated video how you can use it. And of course, it's a sandbox project of the Cloud Native Foundation, so it's open source, so you can try by yourself. So add lamp. And the other one, we will come back to MLflow. MLflow, and in particular to multi-user perspective. So how you can have MLflow for multi-users, LXML for developing your application, and eventually Kubernetes, a series on a couple of videos at least, maybe also a live stream about Kubernetes multi-tenancy. Okay, so these are the plans for the first part of 2025. Then you will have also, we will have also series, and kind of new series. We will have two. One, Dagger, and Dagger will be like a series of from easy, so really starting from scratch, easy to impossible. To impossible. So the idea is, okay, let's start really small, really confined, because I had the impression that we start too much aggressive last time. So start small, really basic functionalities, and then we proceed from there. We will see how many episodes we need, but at least it will be something that takes a couple of months to go through. And the other side, we had a lot of streaming and a lot of lives about interlink and virtual kubelets. So we will have a series where we apply interlink to different domains. So we are going to offload to Slurm batch systems, demonstrate how, to other Kubernetes clusters, to BFVM, and whatever. So this will be the other achievement. So I'm looking forward to this. It's really exciting to think about this kind of scenario. But we also had to fit in these plans another important part. There will be SciGeek podcasts, right? Or lives, whatever, podcasts. So the podcast will continue, of course, and I'm really glad that I started, because I have really enjoying the experience of talking with people about different topics. So the podcast will function like a bridge between science and technology. That is the idea. So we are focusing more this year on my institution, of course, so what I really have contact with, INFN and ICLC initiatives, and will be mainly related to cloud resources, while we also have some topical discussion, for instance, how we do data management, well, I don't know, management, for instance, at LHC. So CERN tool to do this with petabytes of data. A lot of data. We are talking about peta, almost exabyte. Okay, so petabyte of data. And the other interesting part is, okay, how you, once you have data management,
how you do a scientist, how do analysis. Okay, what are we using now, and well, what are the plans for the future? Okay. Oh, holy moly. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that you didn't see anything. Okay, very briefly, I share. So, tech. Let's recap. Let's recap, guys. I messed up. Okay, so I messed up big times. Tech monthly update on this topic: headlamp, MLflow, Helix, and Kubernetes multi-tenants. Headlamp is this one, so a UI for Kubernetes. And the series that we are going to do is Dagger from easy to impossible, and interlink with different backends, Slurm, Kubernetes, beefy VMs, and whatever we will develop. We will see also how our talks with KubeCon are going. We might have additional stuff to present. Then we have the podcast, the SciGeeks podcast, right? And the SciGeeks podcast will start from INFN, from physics in Italy, and now we tackle distributed centers for science. Okay. Then we have data management at LAC, and how we are envisioned to analyze data in the future. Oh, data analysis, I did it. And then one last branch, then it's more than enough, I think. It's a lot of stuff to do. It's digital twins. Digital twins. All right, in here we will have interviews, we will have deep dive into the world of digital twins thanks to Intertwin project, and now we envision to merge all this picture, so all these technologies, all this piece of solutions into an engine for developing real twins of the reality. Okay, so for instance, forecasting flood and whatever. So this will be a really interesting series of podcasts. Yeah, I think for being the first live of the year, I messed up already a lot. I don't want to waste too much of your time, so let me just conclude with an highlight on the subscriber goals. On the next episode and lives, we will have a goal to reach 300 subs by 2025. And if we do that, I plan to create some achievements, some more than achievements, additional content. Let's put it in this way. So I heard a lot of requirements for having blog posts. Blog for each video, so you can have references, and along with having a Discord channel Actually, the Discord channel is there. I didn't open yet. I will going to open to preview soon, and then I can open to everyone. So Discord, where people can exchange their vision and their experience. Eventually, then there is one last part that is I missed one episode. So yeah, blog, newsletter, whatever. So to keep everyone updated. And the one last thing that I want to show you directly without writing it here is to face another request that comes a lot. So just let me drop this message and spoiler, and then we can close off. Probably, yes. So the question that I received was, okay, you're working, how you managed to produce all this stuff? And yeah, I admit it's not always easy. You might already have an idea from the fact that this vacation were really vacation for me, and as to be, but also because it's really easy to get taken and distracted by many things these days. So I try to remain focused, and one thing that is really changing how I'm approaching this and is making more easy to produce more content is reading some books. I have here the most famous ones that I will going to review briefly. And with this, I know I take no money for this, of course. It's just a pure share of experience. This is really changing the way you manage your time, and I think it's great. I think take experience from different channel, different information ways. Yeah, I like to share this with you as well. Hope you enjoy, and we will see. If you don't, you tell me, and we stop doing this. Maybe with shorts, are more suited for this kind of stuff. Yeah, it can be. So, long story short, this short live was to thank you all, yes, for staying during the last half of the year, subscribing, and for staying with me if you wish this year with this kind of content that I showed today. So stay tuned, have a nice weekend, and see you on the next video. That actually, the other news is that I finally managed to have a schedule, so you won't believe it. And the part, and especially, so the next video will be in the 22nd on January. It will be the summary of how we built the platform for the SOSC computing school, and so that you can take a look to the speed run on how to set up a full platform for computing with Jupyter Hub and all the other ancillary stuff for machine learning from scratch. So this will come, and then on the 24th, so 2 days after, we start with the first live of Dagger series, so easy to impossible. Alright, so again, hope you enjoy. Thank you, have a nice beginning of the 2025, and talk to you soon.